from the theme park capital of the world, bringing you the latest in theme park news. It's the Thrill Geek Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Barry and I are here to talk about Big Thunder.
Wildest Ride in the wilderness.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Blew your ears out.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, if you can still hear us.
Let's go.
But no, Barry and I, we have both ridden Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the new version 2.0. Is it 2.0?
I mean, don't know it is basically 2.0. It is a brand new track.
Yeah.
45 years of the original track. There's been a couple of slight updates over the years, but those have been more like sort of storyline, add a few little items here or there. But this is its first full-blown gigantic refurb, and we've got plenty to talk about, so let's go.
First things first, you and I being coaster nerds, and this is actually a really big deal for the new Big Thunder Mountain. And the first thing I noticed was the smoothness of the track. It is buttery smooth now. For a lot of people, that's going to be a very good thing. And I've noticed for a lot of people that have already ridden it, it's going to be a very bad thing, because for those of us that have been riding Big Thunder for, 20, 30 years, we're used to that ricketiness of Big Thunder, and it's no longer there.
No, it is no longer there, and it's probably out of, I was there obviously Sunday morning. Check out our video on YouTube. That was probably the most mixed thing I heard from talking to various people was the new track. It is very smooth. Here are the trade-offs. It's very smooth. It's not as the negative G's and positive G's, which Big Thunder does have.
Yeah.
Aren't as extreme as they were before. Those things are still there. Out of controlness, I would almost say insanity of a certain number of one of those pops, those negative G pops, and then those positive G pops that are the result of the negative G pops. It is a little faster. You may not know, the average person may not notice, but I mean, how many
coaster nerds like you and I,
we've talked about like how many times we've been on Haunted Mansion, like well into the hundreds.
Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, probably for me, I don't know about you, it's about over the hundreds. It's probably my most ridden coaster at Walt Disney World. I mean, when I was younger, I used to close out pretty much every night I was at the Magic Kingdom to get that last night ride on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. So I know that coaster in coaster nerds are like the back of my hand. I know every little move, every little lateral, negative G, positive G that track has. But there are positive aspects to that. The fact that a lot more people can ride it now because the height restriction has gone down 2 inches. And a lot of people who may not have felt as comfortable riding before, and that's another thing I got from some people, now feel more comfortable riding it. So
I didn't think of that. Yeah.
There are trade-offs.
Yeah. And I didn't notice this until I went back. I recorded because my first ride was at night. And I didn't notice this until I went back and I recorded an on-ride video. The ride is actually quieter now too.
Yes.
It is a lot quieter.
The new tracks are quiet. The new are smooth. I think it's from the smoothness. It's the new modern steel. I feel like while the original steel had a lifespan of 45 years, this steel could possibly last longer. It is very well constructed. It is sort of jarring in spots compared to the previous track that looked more like at times you're on a railroad. I don't know if you got this, but it's very obvious they're still working on some things visually, and paint and otherwise on the attraction.
Speaking of visual stuff, let's move on and talk about some of the visual upgrades to the attraction. The Rainbow Caverns, it's oh so pretty.
It's very pretty. It's very colorful now. It's got state-of-the-art new lighting, and it's got a soundtrack too. A real soundtrack that changes from the moment you leave the station, you go around the curve, and there's a little extra little mining stuff you go past now as you go around that curve before you get to the bat part of Rainbow Caverns, which they touted very heavily. There's supposed to be 2,000 bats in there. I don't know how it worked at night. Daytime, lighting wise, you couldn't really see a lot of the bats.
I saw a pretty good view of the bats when I rode at night because my eyes obviously were adjusted.
I think that's the biggest issue. I think nighttime you'll see more bats just because your eyes your irises are at a different level. But the Rainbow Caverns itself, you start going up that lift hill, which is not as loud as it used to be.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden you start hearing a soundtrack, and all of a sudden you start hearing rumbling, and the color turns red as we will talk about in the new storyline. The mountain is angry.
Mm-hmm.
It is very angry from the miners that have been taking its gold, and pretty much at that point, most of the miners have abandoned the mountain because they're almost afraid of it, and also they feel like the gold is tapped out. They can't find the gold. It's somewhere in the mountain. You're journeying through a Big Thunder Mountain to find the gold.
Where's the gold? That's my gold.
Where's the gold?
Sorry, HHN reference. I had to.
Where's my gold?
So let's talk about the ending, the new finale, the Motherlode gold. What did you think of that? I think I was hoping for something a little more because we all love Disneyland's grand finale with the explosions and everything.
Yeah.
So I was trying really hard not to expect something like that. I thought it was neat, but I was a little underwhelmed with the finale.
I mean, my Disneyland and I guess Disneyland Paris has sort of the same finale. I don't think that hasn't been topped here. It's better than what was there before because for years it was the shaking rocks and it was looking like a cave in. We sort of lost that. They threw a sort of, lack of a better term, a half-assed projection to make it look like rocks are caving in. I liked the build because there's a soundtrack, there's a music cue as you go up Lift Hill, and you start to see the gold glitter on the walls until there's the Motherlode right as you reach the top of the Lift Hill. I wish there would have been a projection mapping movement of maybe it caving in on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, as you go down the drop, there's a very ominous sound that the soundtrack builds to. It's almost like a haunted sound as you're leaving.
I didn't hear that.
I don't know if it's a combination of the soundtrack and then the whoosh of the train going down that gives that weird. But there's a build. You build to something, and then you finish off the attraction. On the other hand, we have our own unique finale.
Yeah.
And also, you still go through Tumbleweed, which has been refreshed. It's got some new pieces. Until the railroad opens, you're not really going to get the full feeling of Tumbleweed now with the new stuff, because that's when you're on when Walt Disney World Railroad, when you leave Frontierland Station, that's when you really get to see a good up close look at Tumbleweed.
Yeah.
But it looks way better. Everything, the colors pop.
I noticed everything in all the queue activities were working too, like the hands-on stuff in the queue. So I think they updated those and fixed those as well.
Yeah, they updated those. There's a bunch of new signs throughout the queue. There's including some storytelling stuff that's been added, additional storytelling stuff that's been added to the queue. Look at all the different things in the queue. There's plenty to look at. There's plenty of ways to sort of follow the storyline as you go through the queue. Most people won't do that. They're just there to go jump on the coaster.
Most people are just there to ride a roller coaster.
No, but that is the one Disney touched. That Disney, when you get a lot of queues on Disney attractions, you're building through to the story to where you get onto the attractions.
It's sad that a lot of people miss that stuff, but that's I'm with you with the storytelling aspect and everything.
Like we said, it's there for some queues, and then it's like it's a small world. You're just you go through a queue and you're hopping on. It's a small world.
And then I was actually surprised that the ops are killing it on that ride. I got there last night, and the line was all the way down the water over by the construction walls for Piston Peak. And I was like, oh my God, how long is this line? And it said posted wait time was 60, and I waited about 45.
It's wild to see the line go that far down.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't remember. People are obviously excited that this attraction is back, and
the smokestacks. The smokestacks
are working. Yeah.
I was like,
I can't even tell you the last time I saw smoke come out of that.
I was waiting in line, and I looked at. I was like, I don't remember those smokestacks working in forever.
Yeah,
and
it's been years.
The cast member that was holding the wait time. The line starts here for Big Thunder. He's like, yeah, they haven't worked in years. I was like, thank you for confirming that for me.
Great that it's back. It's much needed as far as like a capacity in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, definitely.
And you've already seen wait time wise, it's making a huge difference. In the Magic Kingdom, because that ride, like you said, the capacity on that attraction is a lot. I can't remember the last time we did not have a soft open for a returning attraction.
They didn't do any sort of previews. They didn't do cast member previews.
Nothing.
They didn't do pass holder previews. They just opened it.
So, no, I mean, unless they did stuff, unless they had, cast members going on after hours or something
like that.
I mean, they had to have done some stuff, but it must have been after hours.
But overall, it's a fantastic update. I think the biggest shock for a lot of people is going to be the smoothness of the ride. But don't let that take away from it still being an absolutely fun ride. It's Big Thunder Mountain. It's such a fun ride, and all these updates were really needed. And I still had fun on it. The smoothness was a shock to me, but it wasn't like a bad shock. I was like, oh my God, this thing's so smooth now.
For the future, we really know the next mountain that's going to go down someday is Space. And if that's the type of track we're getting for Space Mountain, I can't complain.
Yeah. So, but I think that's it, Barry. I think we can wrap this up and get on out of here. We just wanted to hop on the old podcast here and give our thoughts about the new Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. As Barry said, he does have a video up on it, and I'm probably going to throw the nighttime video. It actually came out pretty good. I filmed it on my phone. So I'll probably throw that up on the YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/thrillgeek. Make sure you guys are subscribed there, and make sure you're following us across all of our other social media platforms. Barry, where can everybody follow you?
I'm at Culture and Thrills on all social media platforms, and this is just the beginning of new attractions reopenings coming within the next 2 months. We're going to have a lot of Disney stuff to talk about.
We got Rock and Roller Coaster. What other stuff? Buzz Lightyear opened.
Soaring Over America. And then, of course, the new animation courtyard.
All the animation courtyard stuff,
So we got plenty more to talk about coming soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely have more coming out. And so anyways, guys, thanks so much for listening. Take care, be safe, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in the parks.